Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juana and I am the crafty Puerto Rican. If you're new, welcome. Guys, I am going to be working today with rhinestones. You know that I started working with rhinestones recently, and guys, I'm hooked to it. I love it. So I'm going to go to a trip to Puerto Rico in a week and a half for Thanksgiving, and I decided to make a couple of t-shirts to bring with me and just show them off, right? So I want to take you through the process on how to convert an SVG file that you already have or that you love into rhinestones. I'm going to be using Cricut Design Space to cut the flock and Silhouette Studio Business Edition to just do the whole work, all right? So I'm going to show you step by step how I did it, and I hope you like, okay? So if you're new, this is a perfect opportunity to learn how to work with rhinestones from beginning to end, all right? So guys, let's get started. Okay, so this is the design that I wanted to show you. This is an SVG file that I had already. I did it once in HTV vinyl. So we can convert this into rhinestones, all right? It's very simple. That's why I picked this one to start with, to let you know. And of course, again, I am in Silhouette Studio. I use Silhouette Studio for all of my sublimation designs. I do it in here. And now I'm using it for all of my rhinestones design. I did upgrade it to the business edition to be able to work with rhinestones. That is the only edition that it will allow you to, once you finish working with the rhinestones, you can go ahead and convert it into SVG to be cut in Cricut. You have a Cameo cutter, then I think you can upgrade to the artist edition, or this, I think it's called artist edition. You don't have to go all the way to business, because then that one also will allow you to work with rhinestones, and then you will cut it directly to your Cameo. But for those who have Cricut, you have to have the business edition, because it's the only one that will allow you to convert it into SVG and again cut it in the Cricut or any other cutting machine, right? So I'm going to work with this. Once you have this, like in any rhinestones project, you need to put it into the size that you want to work with before you convert it into rhinestones. Once it's converted into the rhinestone mode, you cannot change the sizing, all right? So make sure that you decide which size you want this design. I will do it maybe like in an 11 when it comes to the width. I already work on this one. I'm just showing it the way I did it. Let me put it a little bit smaller on the screen. But I wanted to show you, like I said, how I did it. So I'm gonna make a width of 11, more or less. This is just an example, okay? About a 7 in height. Okay, so once we are here, I'm gonna take you down to the rhinestone section. Okay, so in order to get into the Rhinestone tool, you're gonna click down here and it opens this pad in here, all right? This strip. So you're gonna choose this selection, which looks like a rhinestone, and it opens the whole thing, okay? It gives you the option of edge, and what the edge does is just surrounds the edge of the design only. It gives you the option of linear fill, which it fills everything inside, the whole thing. And also give you the option of the radial fill. The radial fill is usually used for designs that have a lot of curves, and it works nicely, okay? And this is the section where you're going to choose the size of the stone. For the most part, I use this SS10, but there are also options for SS6 and so forth. Here is the size of the stone, and you will plot here size 10 or whatever size that is it that you're going to use. And in this section, what you're going to do is for the spacing on the stone. You're going to put here the number that you're going to use for the spacing of the stone. If you want it tighter, closer together, or you want a little bit wider, this is what you're going to work with. And here is where you're going to release the rhinestone to start working. I'm going to explain you all of this once we start with the design, okay? So let's continue with the design. So again, edge, linear fill, and radial. And between the three is either radial or edge. Okay, and I think I'm gonna choose the edge. All right, it's the one that I have to work the least. So once I do this, I'm gonna choose the size of the stone, which is 10 SS. And then also you can write it here. It says in the size, you can go ahead and sometimes it comes automatically, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to click. Until it gives me 10. Okay, so it's in 10 right now. You see how you rearranged it? You moved it around. Yep. And then here, right now it's on 39, but I'm gonna change it to 20, 0.020, because I want it a little bit closer. Sorry that I moved the camera around. So I did 0 to 0, I'm gonna go enter. And it did put it a little bit closer. All right. I like that. Now what I'm gonna do is, once I have it like that, surrounded and everything, I'm gonna release the stones. And the reason why I'm gonna release the stone is to help me move the stones around and fix the whole thing, okay? So I had to wait. And if you notice, those are the little squares. Each one of those squares are the squares of a stone that will allow me to rearrange the whole thing. I'm probably gonna add a stone in here. I'm probably gonna add a stone around here and all of that, okay? So that is how you do this part. So now we're gonna do the rearrange it. Again, this is just an example. I don't plan to do the whole thing. I'm gonna show you the one that I did at the end for the sake of the length of the video, okay? How it's gonna be looking like. And then I'm gonna make it bigger, because once you're working with this, you have to make it bigger so that you can see better. And you know, when you move the front, so I'm gonna go ahead and take you bigger again. And you're gonna see me moving the camera back and forth because I want you to be able to see everything that I'm working. I'm gonna work with the bottom part. I'm gonna add one in here. To add in this, all you have to do it two ways. You can either duplicate or you're gonna click and copy. I'm gonna go right click on one of the stones, it don't matter which one. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna duplicate. Okay, so this is the stone right here, and I'm gonna place it here. Sometimes it appears random places. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing in here. If you notice this part is like, I could put another stone in here. That's up to you. If you like it like that, you can leave it. I like to have a continuous path of stone. So I'm gonna click on this one. You're gonna duplicate, you see, and appear next one here. You're gonna place it there. The one thing that is very important, you cannot overlap the stones. Make sure that when you do this, you don't overlap it, all right? If you overlap it, Cricut machine or any cutter machine is gonna have a hard time cutting the design, all right? Here, I can move this stone in here. You notice how the boxes disappear? It's still released, all right? So you can move them around. You're gonna move a little bit here into the center. You can rearrange them any way you want. Like I said, if you do the same design as me, when you do yours, it's gonna come in different. And even if I repeat this again, next time it's gonna be different. All right? Every time it changes. It's just the way the software works. And let me see what else. If I can catch anything. This P, you see how this stone is out of place in here? I'm going to move it here. Okay. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because, not all the time you want to do your own design. You want to get any SVG that you have already to use. A simple one, I mean, you can go to complicated designs, but, this is a simple one. You can convert it into rhinestones. You don't have to design it yourself. If something that you really like, I like this design, so that's why I wanted to do it in rhinestones. I already did other ones that I'm going to show you later and we're going to be working on. I'm not going to show you how I switch them because this is an example so that you can follow. I'm just going to cut them so that you can see how they came out. This part in here, I'm going to fix this part right here. Looks pretty good to me. I don't see any changes in here. Maybe I can add another stone. You see how this one is out of place? I'm going to put it here. So you have to look very closely, all right? And then I can add another one in here. So I'm going to click, right click, duplicate, and I place it right on the place that it's supposed to be, which is amazing. Like I said, sometimes it just, the duplication comes in random places. This edge right here, I'm going to straighten it a little bit. So that's this part in here. I find this somewhat relaxing sometimes, like when it's easy like this. I have had other ones which I'm gonna show you. I think I show you guys on the last video that I did on rhinestones that I designed one that took me hours to do. It was very complicated. That one was not relaxing. That was annoying. But I wanted it so bad that I went through the whole process. And same thing here. Straighten it out a little bit. Okay, you see how the edge look a little bit better? I'm gonna lower this one. And also, I am very picky, so you don't have to do all this. You can just leave it the way it came out. I'm just tend to be picky when it comes to my designs. So this one look better. All right, this one is fine. This is therapy. Trying to see. This is the R. This is the E. Trying to figure this out here. I'll move this one in here. That looks better. So it is some separation between the R and the E. Okay. I think I like it this way. This right here is kind of like too much to me. Just so that it will look more defined, that the letters will look more, recognizable. Okay. You see how it looks better this way? And this is the way you're gonna do it, all right? I'm gonna just take it to the next step. All right, so once you do this, let's say that it is exactly the way you want it, okay? Now, I'm gonna make it smaller because we're gonna go to the next step. So you have this in here, okay? Like I told you, this is an example, but I'm not gonna go through it because I already did this and I'm gonna show you the one that I finished at the end, okay? But I don't want it to take too long because I want to show you the other part of the tutorial. and I don't want it to take too long, all right? So once I finish doing this, all right, I'm gonna click it or hover over and cover the whole thing, okay? And now I'm gonna go here to object, and I'm going to convert it into, I'm gonna group it, all right, first. Now, there are other stuff to this that I can show you, and I can get more complicated, and it has to do with how other ways that you can change the stones around. But this is a simple way of doing it when you bring an SVG to Silhouette, all right? If you have Silhouette Studio, like same as Cricut, you know how to bring your files in, and all you have to go is to files and then pick up from your downloads or wherever you keep your files and bring it to the Silhouette Studio. It's the same thing as anything else. Okay, so I have it like here. I'm gonna go up here to object, follow the cursor, all right? Actually, you can see because I had to move this up. So I'm here already. Sorry about the rough movement. You're gonna go into, you're gonna follow the cursor and you're gonna go to objects up here. I'm gonna make it higher. I'm working with my camera and the tripod and it's not cooperating. Okay, right there. You're gonna go here to object, click it, and you're gonna group it first, all right? So now that is grouped, now you're gonna go back to the object again, and you're gonna do, you're gonna make compound path, and it's right there. Okay, now I'm gonna bring you down again. So now it's in compound path, and you can either change the colors if you wish to make it look nice, or you can just keep it like that. It's up to you. Some people, if they have a design that have multiple layers, they like choosing the colors. And this is gonna be only one color, but I'm gonna go ahead and go into the color palette and I'm gonna make it in blue. Now you have it like this. Remember, all these steps do not change the size that you chose in the beginning, because if you switch this size right here, the whole thing is ruined, all right? You cannot change the sizing. So we're gonna now download it to our file because I'm gonna cut this in my Cricut machine. If you have Silhouette, cutting machine, the Cameo, whatever, you don't have to do that. You go straight to your cutting steps and you just cut it like an SVG or whatever you do in Silhouette. It's the same thing. You just cut it in your machine. But if you're gonna go ahead and cut it in your Cricut, Brother, any other cutting machine, then you have to convert it into SVG. And this is very easy. You're just gonna download it. You have to remember these numbers in here because you're gonna plot those numbers, the height and the width, in the Cricut machine or other cutting machine. So before you do anything else, just make sure that you write this down because you're gonna have to use it again. So we have it here. We're gonna go to File, and you're going to Save As right here, Save to Hard Drive. So we are here, and this is where you're gonna plot your size. It was 11 in the width, okay, and it's right here because I repeated it, and it was 7 in height. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this one. And you have to remember that in this other box right here, let me close it again because I did it too fast for you to understand it. Right here, when it says Save As Type, you're gonna drop the box again, open the drop box, and you're gonna choose SVG. And that is very, very, very important. Why? Because if you don't put it on SVG, it's not gonna transfer to your other cutting software, like in Cricut, or if you have the Brother cutting machine or other machines, all right? Again, you don't have to do this if you have your Cameo. Cameo, you can cut it directly to your Cameo machine, all right? This is just for transferring purpose to another software. All right, so you're gonna click OK in here. I am not going to download it because I have worked on this before and it's already downloaded, okay, as you see right here, okay? And I'm going to take you to my library, and I'm gonna show you the one that I already did right here. This is the one that I did. Of course, you know, I took my time and I cleaned it up as much as I could. You see, this is the one that I already did. This is the one I'm going to be cutting today. And also I'm going to be cutting 2 extra ones that I'm going to show you. Let me just show you another one that I did. I don't want to make any changes. I show you this design already on my last rhinestone video, and this one took me, I would say maybe like 3 hours. It's a Taino Indian symbol, and it was time consuming, but it came out the way I wanted it. I don't want to make any changes, so no. And I'm going to show you another one that I am going to be cutting today also. Is this one right here. This one, okay? The 3 of them are SVG that I had and I converted into rhinestones, all right? And let's get to the cutting, okay? Okay, so we are in Cricut design space, and I didn't include the part of your uploading because I'm assuming that if you have Cricut, you know how to upload any kind of file like PNG, SVG. So that's why I didn't include that part. It's the same process, no difference. So I'm gonna go to my project. Okay, and I'm gonna pick the one that we were working on, which I already downloaded it and everything and saved it. I had one before this one, so I'm gonna replace it. Okay, so we are here, right? So when this comes from your downloads, it's gonna come with a different, let me put it smaller. It's gonna come with a different size. Most of the time, when you transfer your file, it's not gonna come with the same ratio, okay? This one I have already switched the ratio and made it the same way that I made it in Silhouette Studio. So it has the same width and the same height. So make sure when you bring it in, remember that I told you to type in the ratio. Make sure that you type those measurements, the width and the height, before you cut it, all right? Do not cut it with the size that it is transported to Cricut Design Space from your downloads. So you have to make sure it's the same measurement from Silhouette Studio. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Okay, the holes are gonna be a different size. So now that I'm here, all I'm gonna do is same step that you do with any SVG. I'm gonna go to make it. Okay, and here it is. This one, remember, like I said in my other tutorial, you do not mirror. Make sure you do not mirror, okay? And I'm explaining this again for the sake of the people that are new, watching for the first time. And I will suggest for you guys, if you're new, go back to my first video on Rhinestone. Everything of this Cricut side of it is going to be explained with detail, all right? Of course, I am not connected to my maker yet, but I'm not going to continue with this part because all you have to do is follow the steps that I explained on my previous video. It's going to explain exactly how to get it into Cricut Design Space, make sure that the size is compatible, same size. And then once you get to there, it's going to tell you which media to choose. I have already preset mine for flock. All right. All those explanations are in my previous video. So we're going to continue with the cutting of the flock. All right. So I have already cut 2 of the designs that I showed you for the sake of the video and started placing the stones, but then I'm going to show you one where I'm going to do the whole process of placing the stone. And this is just for sake of the video so it doesn't become too long, okay? If you want to see the other ones that I've done in the past, a full tutorial from beginning to end, including the part of placing it on the shirt. Also, you can look at the videos that I'm going to link down on the description box, okay? This is almost done. This one is the Taino design from a SVG file that I had. And yeah, the one that I showed you earlier. That's the one that is cutting right now. Okay, guys, so we are going to do our first brush. And I chose to do this one first. I'm going to show you how I'm doing this, and if you want more information, you can go back to my previous videos. It might be more detailed when it comes to this. For the other designs, I am not going to show this process. So I'm just going to give you this example, and then once I'm done with this, we're going to go move to pressing of the shirts, okay? All right. So I decided 2 different colors. When I show you how I did this from an SVG file, you notice that it was one file. This was on the top, Love Like Jesus. But I decided to do it in 2 different colors because it's an SVG. When I was in Cricut Design Space, I was able to ungroup it and I divided it, okay, in 2 different groups. Then I grouped this one separate from this one and made it 2 different files so that I can do 2 different colors. And this is the same thing when you use Cricut Design Space with the regular SVG and you decide to ungroup and move things around. Same thing, you can do that. Now, while you're doing that, again, you cannot change the size of the file. You're just moving, you're just separating 2 different things. Do not change the size, because if you change the size, the whole thing is ruined, okay? That applies to every rhinestone design that you're working with. Okay, so let's start. I decided to use Crystal AB for Jesus. And then I decided to use, which one I decided again? I was unsure which one I was going to use. So I decided to do Love Like Jesus in Rose AB. I was going to do it in red, but for some reason, I don't know, it's like too obvious. What do you think? Should I switch to red, meaning light cyan? I was going to do light cyan, and then this one in crystal clear. I don't know. Let me see. So this is from the baby's booty, and this one I got it in Heat Transfer Warehouse. I don't know. I'm so unsure on which one to use because I haven't used any of them. I haven't used the Rose AB or the Cyan Light. I used the regular Cyan, which stands for red. So I ordered the light Cyan from the booty. So I haven't used it yet. So I don't know how this might look. Let me just put one. And that way I can decide which. The t-shirt is gonna be in a heather gray. So it might be too light of a color. I don't know what to do, people. Let me bring the light cyan. Then I will decide which one I'm gonna use. Okay, so this one is light cyan. So let's see. Let me close this. Don't want any accidents. Instead, I was organizing my baby's booties boxes to put it by color, and I accidentally did not process correctly, and it spilled all the way inside with another box. And thank goodness that the other box didn't open and it didn't mix. I was like, oh no. So now what I'm doing, I just even adding these little elastic things just to be on it because I'm clumsy. So like this. So this is the light cyan, and I don't know if you will be able to notice the difference on camera. Hopefully you would, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do it on the light cyan as opposed to the rose AB, so it will be a contrast with the crystal AB. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna be working on the Jesus first, okay? Then I work on this. That's what I'm gonna do. I can't wait to use that Rose AB. I have to use another design to work on it. All right. So I'm gonna be working on this one first. So I have my rhinestone wax pen. It allowed me to pick up the rhinestone. I'm working with my brush. This is just a regular painter's brush. Like, you know, like a little, when painters use it to work on the like the corners and stuff like that. That's what I got this. I got this from Home Depot. And what else? What I'm gonna use to show you? I'm gonna be using, of course, masking tape. Is just for rhinestone. It's exactly for rhinestones. Okay, you're gonna be using to pick up the rhinestone at the end. All right. And these pieces are reusable. I have already used it on another one, so yeah, you can reuse it. I think it's up to, all depends. I don't know how often, so I've used it once already. So let's work with this. You're gonna put a little bit on it. That's up to you, how much you want to pour. I have used a tray in the past to do my rhinestones, and I like it because, you know, when the rhinestones go around, you can keep it in the one area. But the reason why I use this one is because it's a little bit wider, and I needed all the space to work with. So I'm using this shopping mat. I get them at the Dollar Tree. It comes two in the pack, and it's very useful because the flock sticks in here, and then you can leave it here for the future. When you use it, you don't have to remove it or anything like that. All right, so it works fine. So you're gonna do it in circle motion. You're gonna work this in circle motion. Is the best way to do it. There might be one or two stones that will be empty, but you can do that individually. Don't get too obsessed on wanting to fill all of them, because sometimes you cannot fill all of them. But once that you don't fill, you just do it manually, okay? How are you getting it with you on this? Okay, so let me check. Are you getting a good view? Yes, you are. Let me get it closer. Just move the camera so you can get a closer look, okay? Okay, so I think I got most of the holes. I'm gonna pick these rhinestones, and then I'm gonna see which ones I need to fill manually. If anything, there's some. Also, you have to check that there's no doubles. Sometimes two stones want to get into the same space or in between, so you have to be looking very closely before you use your mask or transfer tape to make sure that there's no doubles or empty holes. Okay. Also, I am working with static in this room in my shop. So when I place the tape, the transfer tape, I have to do it real fast, because otherwise, when you get it very close and you take your time, the stones lift on the air because of static, and it ruined the whole thing. It had happened to me already twice. Hopefully today I will not have that much static. Okay, so now it's the time of checking, and I already can see a lot of doubles, like right here. So I'm gonna put it in here. Double. I'm gonna put it on the empty space. Let me check that you have a good view against this with the camera. Yeah, you can see. There's another empty space in here, so I'm gonna leave this one, which is double. Put it in the empty space in here. These are two doubles. This is an empty space in here, so I'm gonna put it here, this corner. This is another double, and this is another empty space in here. You see the reason why you go ahead another double in here. You pass all those one empty spaces, because if you keep going, you might knock other rhinestones out of the place. So you're gonna be going and going. So I just don't mind doing these ones separate, like manually, like that. Another empty space. Another double in here. And you can't tell the doubles because you can tell they're out of place. Okay. I'm looking for another empty space. There's another empty space in here. This is a double in here. I don't need it. I don't think I have any more empty spaces, so now I'm going to concentrate on all the ones that are extra. I have a lot of extras in here. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just taking all the doubles. Okay? All right. I think I'm done when it comes to doubles. I'm just double checking, making sure. Just looking around and make sure that everything is in place. All the stones are inside the hole. And I don't see any other doubles. Yeah, there's one in here. I'm telling you, people, you have to be very careful because they hide. There's one in here. And I thought I was done already. So now we're gonna pick up the stones and this only this, and there's another one hiding. I'm telling you, people, it's so hard to sometimes to tell. They're sneaky. They hide in between the stones. Okay. Look, that one was hiding in there. And the thing is that if they are on top of the other, look, another one. They don't stick into the fabric, so that's why you cannot have them double. Okay, now we're gonna pick it up. Hopefully there's no other doubles. Right? Like I told you, people, this is gonna be a fast process because I don't want any stones flying on the air, and I'm checking that you have a good view. I'm gonna make it a little bit so you can see everything. Yeah, you can see everything. And I'm separating it away from the stone in case they're static. I don't want anything to be lifted. That's why you don't see me separating the backing. This is the backing. I separated the backing. You're gonna lift it up like a taco, like that. And you're gonna do fast. Whoop, fast. Don't take it twice. If you go like slowly, the stones are gonna fly. The static is gonna lift them up from the plastic. But this is here, everything is in place. I usually push them down against the tape. All right. And there's any stone that you see is a little bit out of the hole, you just make sure that you push it in because you can move them. Okay, they should be okay, and let's lift them up. Making sure that everything is in place. So now we're gonna lift them up, okay? Then as you lift, you keep checking that there's no stone left behind. If there's one left behind, you go put the plastic back, push it down until it picks it up. Okay. So far, there's one in here. I lift it up. I'm gonna go back, press it down, get in there, baby, okay? Keep going. Keep going and you keep going and you keep going. There's another one that stay behind. I'm gonna go back, press it down. I didn't want to stick. Sometimes they stay inside the hole, is deep and it doesn't want to pick it up. And I think that's what happened with this one. That happened. I lifted up a little bit out of the hole, put it on the top of the hole, and then press it lightly. So if that happened, just pick it out and put it on top of the hole on inside, and then press it down, and it comes out. And that's it. Keep it. I'm gonna put it back. Like I said, people, I don't waste any stone. No wasting stones in here. Okay, so I have it like this. Make sure that all the stones are in place. This one looks good. This one is a little out of place in here, so I'm gonna push it down sideways. Did I tell you that I was picky, people? Yes, I'm picky. I am very picky. Okay, so this is good. This one is a little bit out of place in there, but I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm not gonna be so picky. Sometimes when you lift them up, they move out, move in place. There we go. So now I'm gonna put it back on the, I'm gonna use this, which is the backing, because I'm not gonna press it right now. So I'm gonna make sure that this is gonna be down just to keep them safe until I'm ready to press. So this is the backing. I'm just gonna cover it like that, and this is done. Okay. So now we're gonna be doing the next one, which is this one, rough light. Okay. Now make sure that you are in view, and you are. And this is the one that we decided that we're gonna do a light cyan. I could do this in a different color also. I think everything in red should be okay. And I want to see the difference between the light cyan and the cyan, which I've already used on my first Rhinestone video when I did my Boricua design on the sweatshirt, which came amazing. I did it on the sweatshirt and I did it on a t-shirt, and it came nice. So let's do this. We're gonna be brushing. This one I'm gonna just fast forward because you saw the whole thing. You don't need to see me doing it slowly, okay? So I'm gonna fast forward this one. Okay, people, so this is done. Now I'm gonna be checking to make sure there are no doubles anywhere. I don't think so. There might be, like, for example, this one. It's not supposed to be there, okay? And I don't see anything else. Oh my lord, this is gonna look so pretty against the gray t-shirt, the heather gray t-shirt, this red color. I wish there was a way you in the camera on the TV or wherever you watch your videos, you can see the shimmery. It's just indescribable. I'm very happy with it. So now we're gonna close this. I'm very organized, people. That's the nurse in me. I'm very organized. Okay, so now we're gonna pick this up. Remember, people, you're gonna do it like a taco, you're gonna go fast. You have to commit to it. It should be okay. No stones left behind, and I'm happy. Now we're gonna cover it with the backing again because I'm not gonna press it right at this moment. Okay. So guys, I am going to brush 3 other designs, but I am not going to show that part because the video is gonna be too long, but I'm gonna show you the end result of them, all right? So once I'm done, I'm gonna take you to show you the results, all right? So I'll see you in a little bit, people. So, okay, people, these are the end results of all the brush that I did, the other design. This one is the one that I just did with you guys right here. All right, this is the way it's supposed to go. Love like Jesus. And this is light cyan, which is a light red or red. And this is crystal AB. And this is crystal AB, and this is light topaz. And this design I liked because this design came in one file. This is the only one that is not from a SVG file. The other 3 I converted from SVG to Rhinestone. This one I bought it as a Rhinestones file. That's why when I went to Cricut Design Space, I wanted to separate both pieces so that I can work separate and then put it inside. But because it was a file that was already done, I couldn't do it in Cricut Design Space. For some reason, it distorted the stones. It was a whole mess. So I left it as that. But what I did was that I brushed the light topaz first. Everything I brushed first, the light topaz. Then for the crystal AB, I only brushed from the 3rd row of crystal AB down. I did not brush this either, left it empty. And then from the 3rd one, left this empty, these corner ones, like I say, 1, 2, 3, empty, 1, 2, 3, and then brush everything around up to here. Again, left this one empty. And then I placed this by hand. This right here by hand, this 3 row and this 3 row by hand, and this placed in here by hand. And the reason why I did that is because when I attempted to brush it with the brush, it will mess up the whole thing. You see? So that's why I just left the holes empty at the end and did this one, this row, this in the middle, these 3 little rows in here. And from here down, I placed by hand. And I was able to achieve a layer look because I wanted it to have a layer look. So yeah. And this is the one that I show you in the demonstration where we were doing the work in the computer in Silhouette Studio. Yeah, that's the one that it says, crafting is my therapy. And this one is the design that I did from another SVG file from the Taino design that I liked, and then I added vinyl, the word taino. This is vinyl. This is a copper color from, I believe it's Caesar. All right. So I have to decide now whether I'm going to place it on the top or on the bottom. I'm not sure which way I'm going to do it. If I can do it in the bottom. Originally, I did design it in the bottom. But then I think maybe on the top looks cute too. I had to decide. And I forgot to mention that this one, crafting is my therapy. I did it on crystal. And this one, I did it on Topaz AB. And I like it. It's like, you can see the topaz in it, but at the same time, it changes like a light pinkish and yellow. I mean, it's beautiful. So I am glad that I chose that stone for this design. And yeah, so I'm going to turn you around to the heat press. And for this one, I'm going to be using my new HTVRONT Auto Press. So people, I see you in a little bit. So guys, we're going to get ready to start pressing the shirts. I'm just going to press 2 of them. And then I'm going to show you the results of the other ones also at the end, just for time's sake, okay? If you hear a noise, that's the background noise of the HTVRONT press heating up. So I think I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video that what I use for the template. I have done it in my other 2 videos. This is Heat Transfer Warehouse Flock. That's the one that I use. Other people also use cardstock, which I am going to try. So I ordered it, and it got here yesterday. I have never used it before, but it's another option. The flock is kind of expensive, so just for practicing or doing things that you're not going to repeat again, I think it's a good choice to use cardstock. I plan to use it from now on just for items that I'm not going to repeat the design on, because cardstock is not durable. The flock is going to last you much longer. You can save it, like I showed you before, on the plastic shopping mat, and it will stay there for future use. But cardstock, it doesn't last. Like I said, I have never used it before. It's kind of a glitter black cardstock. I don't know if you can use any other kind. It looks glittery, but it has no loose pieces or anything. It's just cardstock. It has a look of glitter, but it's not even glitter on it. So I will try this, and I will do a video me trying it and see if it's really work for me, because like I said, I don't want to waste the flock, because like I said, it's expensive, and I tend to do a lot of crafting when I learn something new, and rhinestone is new for me. So I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot of rhinestoning, and I cannot be wasting flock like that just for practicing new items, new files. And yeah, that's why I decided to invest on the cardstock, and I will let you know how it went. Okay, so the press is ready, and I'm going to be using on the HTVRONT like I told you before. Let me turn you around. And the setting for the press is 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 seconds, okay? So what I'm gonna do next is that I'm going to heat up my shirt before I place the rhinestones to be set, all right? I'm just gonna give it a little press just to get rid of the moisture. I decided to put the HTV design on the top as opposed to the bottom. And when you work with HTV and rhinestones, you have to press the HTV first. Why? Because the rhinestones are elevated. So if you press the rhinestones first, the HTV is not going to get a full press, because it's going to be like the rhinestones are going to be above, so it's going to keep the HTV from the platinum to go all the way down, all right? That's why you always press the vinyl first and the rhinestone second, okay? On these layer items, all right? So I'll just look for this to give me an idea. I'm gonna place it in the line that I just pressed. Doesn't have to be exact, but as much as you can to be in the center, all right? Right here. And I like it to be at least 3 to 4 fingers. I don't like it to be too low, because remember we're gonna be placing the other part of it. I think this looks good. I forgot that I need to change the temperature. I forgot to change the temperature because I'm gonna do the vinyl first, and the scissor vinyl has a different settings, so I have to check for the settings on the scissor vinyl. So the setting for the scissor is 305 degrees. For 10 seconds. Okay, so it's set. So it's there, so I'm just gonna go for it. And scissor vinyl is a hot peel. It's my first time also using vinyl on this press, so it's gonna be interesting to see how it works. So it's a lot of first. This is perfect. All right. So now I'm gonna press the stones. And these are gonna have to eyeball it because there you go. I'm not sure how this is going to react to this mask tape, to this vinyl. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a Teflon sheet in between. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's gonna mess it up. So I'm gonna cover this part in here, and then I'm gonna place the stones in here like that. Let me see if it works. I have any space back there for this. Let me see if it works. Let me see if it's not going to move. Yeah, it's going to move. So this is what I'm gonna do, people. You see, this is all new for me. So I'm going to cut a piece. I have plenty of this, so I don't mind cutting this off for these purposes. To cover this. Yep. Let me move this a little bit lower. Make sure that it's kind of like center like I want it. Yeah. gonna be a go. Yeah, looks good to me. Let's go, people. Oh no, we're going to change the temperature again. So I'm gonna do now 350. Going back to 350 for 12 seconds. And I'm gonna wait for temperature to come up. All right. Okay, so we are to 350 for 12 seconds now, right? Go for it. And like I said, this is the first time I have pressed rhinestones on this press. And this is also a hot peel. Oh my Lord, this is so pretty, people. I wish you could see the shimmer and the sparkling. People, I'm telling you, this is Topaz AV, and I'm gonna link on the description box the link for the shop where I get this. Let me see if I can get you a closer look if the camera cooperates. This is just unbelievable, and I'm glad that I decided to put the taino on the top as opposed to on the bottom. So people, this is success. And I'm gonna do the next one. Oh, this is so shimmery, people. Look at how it shimmers. Look at that. Can you see that? I can see it from here. So let me go to the next one. I'm gonna set up the next one, okay? Okay, so I already pre-pressed the shirt, the markings of the center, even though I don't really see it much. You just see it a little bit. And this one is gonna be the one that we worked, that I gave you an example on how to convert into Rhinestone. That's it. This is a hot peel. Wow. Ta-da! And this is the crystal, regular crystal, no AB, just regular crystal. I love it. Crafting is my therapy. So guys, I'm gonna press the other two. I am not gonna show you this part because this video already is too long. So I'm gonna show you the end product, all right? So this one is the last one that I pressed, and I'm going to move you to the other table because I couldn't fit all the shirts on one table. So this one is the one that I like the most. Love it. The Topaz AB. And this one right here, I don't know if I chose the correct stone. This is an AB stone, the gray shirt. You can see it, but I think I might repeat this one in another color later on, a darker color. Because I think the Crystal AB show a lot in black and darker colors. It's pretty though. It came out amazingly. I'm glad that I chose the red color on here. And yeah. And this one is the crystal. Again, difficult to appreciate with these lights. Well, you guys, this is the end of the tutorial. I had a lot of fun sharing this with you, and this is the result of the one that we worked on. Love it in the black shirt. with the crystal rhinestones. All right. Also, you remember that we worked on another one. This is the one that I pressed with the Crystal AB and the light cyan. Well, I love the shirt, but I was expecting another result, a little bit darker color on the bottom. So even though I like the t-shirt, and yeah, I'm gonna use it, but I decided to do it in another color. Guys, you know that I am hooked to rhinestones. It was not an issue for me to repeat it. So I chose this time a purple shirt, and I finally got to use my hyacinth. This is hyacinth AB on the top, and this is coffee color on the bottom, coffee rhinestone. Both are new for me to use. I never used them before, and I love the results, and I also gonna use it. All right. Yes, came out amazing. All right. So guys, if you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed yet, consider subscribing to my channel, The Crafty Puerto Rican. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future videos. And also guys, don't forget to give me the thumb up if you like this tutorial. And this is, I think, is everything for now. I will see you pretty soon. I will see you later. Bye bye. Hasta luego.